Thrilled to be joined by two members of the Kamloops Broncos, a receiver from the Broncos, Colton Meikle, and a defensive back, Gideon Curtis. Guys, thank you so much for cutting out some time here tonight.
Of course.
Yeah, no problem.
So I'm going to start with Colton first. Third-year receiver out of Westside High School. You led the league in receiving yards last year, 853 yards, 43 receptions, 7 touchdowns. And Keegan, second-year defensive back from Winston Knoll High School in Regina. Colton, I'm going to start with you. The coach, obviously, for you this year is leaning on you to make a difference and lead the charge offensively. Is that something for you as a player, as a veteran, to take in stride, or does that challenge you a little bit to play your best and go out there and win football games?
I think I just have to put my mind to it. It's not like I think I just have to go out and do what I do best and just be confident in what I do and get everyone going with me and kind of go from there. We all have to be on the same page as an offense, but if we keep going from there, then we should be good.
And Keegan, in that same breath for you as a second-year player, I mean, it seems like a younger group there, but you're going to be counted on as a leader this year, it sounds like. What does that mean for you as a player and a person?
I mean, like, I've always kind of taken on that leadership role on teams that I've been on, and especially last year as, like, the safety, you have to lead that group of defensive backs back there. So it's going to be good for me this year. Second year, knowing the system, getting more familiar with the coaches, the guys, and the league as a whole, like playing these guys. We know them a bit more now, so it's going to be good this year, I think.
And Colton, for you as a third-year guy, I mean, you probably know that leadership role already, but does that speak volumes to you as a player to be able to have that extra role in the team, to be a leader amongst your teammates and your friends there?
Yeah, 100%. The past couple of years, like, there's been a couple of guys over top of me, but they both graduated, so kind of losing those guys kind of had to make me step up in a way. So in the receiving room, kind of have to step up a bit, but should be good.
Now, Colton, I know there's no high school football in Kamloops, and many have said you're kind of leading the way as the guy to look out for, and why there should be a reason for high school football in Kamloops. What would you say to the schools that don't have those programs? What would you like to say to put it mildly there?
Yeah, I think they're missing out on a whole bunch of different reasons. As people, you think, like, play football, you're fit, you have friends, like, you just make brothers throughout the years, and you learn so much from the game. So I think they're just missing out on a whole different aspect of high school, but yeah, they just need to get things rolling again. So.
And for you, Keegan, you're from Regina, a great football town, obviously.
Yeah.
Was it hard to get a look with the Regina Thunder out there, with that being such a competitive football town, or was it more for you just making the chance to come over here and make your name for yourself?
I mean, it was definitely tough the year I was going to try out for the Thunder. They had a lot of returning players to the point where it was like they only had 2 or 3 spots for defensive backs. So it was definitely tough to get a look out there. But coming out here and having a year that I had last year really made it kind of like the icing on top of the cake for that back to them, to let them know, I can still play. It doesn't matter how young I am.
And in that same kind of sense, did you go back to Regina in the off season, or did you stay in Kamloops there?
No, I fell in love with the mountains as soon as I got past Calgary, and I've never looked back to
Dry and mountains.
Visit the family, but other than that,
yeah, awesome. You guys have yet to play a game this season. Just talk to me about the competition and training camp. I mean, each of you can answer this. I'm sure for defensive back like you, Keegan, the competition is probably at a premium. For you, Colton, as a veteran guy, your spot pretty much locked. But I mean, there's still young guys coming up trying to get some more playing time. What's that competition been like?
Yeah, definitely. This year we brought in a couple good receivers. Like the new guys, they're always pushing us harder. So I think this year it'll be a competitive spot for the receiver corps, but I think we should be good, losing a couple of the guys from last year, but we definitely filled in those spots.
And Keegan, what about yourself?
I was going to say the same thing. We lost a couple key guys from last year, but we definitely replaced them very fast, and it helps going against guys like this in practice to get them ready for game day.
I was just gonna say, I mean, you line up against each other one-on-one battle. Who's winning the battle?
I mean, he's got a couple inches on me, so if they put it high,
It's
I'm
not
saying
all
Colton
about
probably
height.
comes
Come
down
on.
with that one. But
Pretty easy road to cross.
That's awesome. This weekend's your first game of the season. Obviously, are there a lot of nerves with the new season? Obviously, this isn't your first roll of the dice this year, but is there a lot of excitement to just get things going?
there's definitely a lot of excitement. I wouldn't say nerves. I think for me and Colton, at least, we've been here before. We understand the playing field. For the new guys, they're sure probably nervous for their first game, but who isn't, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of guys are just excited to get going, and the whole locker room's just been buzzing the whole time. So I think we're just ready to go.
You guys were 1-9 last year as a record overall. I don't think for this league, anyways, it speaks volumes to how a team plays, because a record is a record on paper. You could be, 2 or 3 points within winning a football game. What's it going to take this year to turn that around? Because I think you guys have got a stronger team, and there's obviously sounds like a lot of competition within the squad.
Yeah, for sure. They're definitely people stepping up, and this year the whole locker room feel has been feeling different. So I think everyone wants to win and everyone wants to succeed. So I think everyone's just here for it. So that'll definitely push us further and create success.
It just comes every day, like in practice, coming against each other, like we said, like competing against each other. Iron sharpens iron, and when we come out here every day and we like fight as hard as we do against each other, it's only going to make us better for when that game time comes. And we got to go.
Iron sharpens iron. I love that. One final one here. A long road trip for you guys, anyways. I mean, it's not as long as going to Alberta for Keegan or to Regina, sorry, but going to the island on the weekend to play Westshore, who played the VI Raiders this past weekend. A bit of a one-sided affair in that one, but 5 straight on the road to begin the season. Then you have 5 straight at home due to the hillside improvements. Is it a good test for you guys to play Westshore right away? Seems to be cream of the crop this year in the BCFC.
Yeah, I think it's a big tone setter for us. Like if we put it together, then I think we can beat them. So if that happens, then it'll definitely turn people's heads and get people going.
Yeah, it's an exciting way to start up the year for sure. Good team. We don't want to go against a weak team. We want a good team. We think we're a strong team in this league, and we want to go against a strong team in this league.
Guys, thank you so much for taking the time tonight here just before practice. I appreciate it, and look forward to catching up later in the season. This was Colton Meikle of the Kamloops Broncos and Gideon Curtis. Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.